Hello boxing fans, right now I'm just going to talk about Danny Garcia versus Lucas oh wait, there's Abjuda. Sorry, this is not a prediction. This is just the perfect way for me to basically explain to you how Golden Boy and the WBC work together to make their fights. You see, Golden Boy, they've got an agreement with the WBC that their fighters can fight for their titles even if they're not ranked or deserving of the people, or if there's more people above who are more deserving for the title shot. It all depends on if they make more money than they're contracted, than the other people are contracted to do so. So if a Golden Boy fighter is going to make so much money and the mandatory is going to make less, the Golden Boy fighter will be picked over them because the WBC want more money out of their 3 to 5% that they're contracted to get. The WBC, like I said, are no fools. They're just pimping out their titles to the fighter who makes the most money. And the reason Golden Boy make the most money out of most of them right now are because they've got the good TV deals where people like HBO and Showtime will show even really shitty fights as long as there's an American involved. Even if no one wants to see it really. For example, this fight, Danny Garcia versus Abjuda, I don't think anyone wants to see this fight. People will end up paying for it. I just hope it's not pay-per-view as well. That'd be bad. Well, that'd be a kick in the teeth, really. But then again, hey, WBC would be even more happy about that. So yeah, the WBC, as long as they get more money, they're happy to sanction anybody for the fight. Golden Boy are obviously not foolish either. They can see what Danny Garcia is very good at, and they can see what Danny Garcia is very bad at. What Danny Garcia is very bad at just happens to be what Lucas Matisse is very good at. You understand that a right hand from Lucas Matisse right to the skull of Danny Garcia could change people's opinions about Garcia in an instant. Unfortunately, like I said, Danny Garcia can't manage to duck or dive or get out the way of a right hand to save his life. You can just look through his career. He's never been able to do it. The only thing that he can do is he can take a shot. The only question is, will he be able to take a shot off Lucas Matisse, who throws them at such a different level of power and intensity than anybody else? That's a good point that I think you should all take under control. Golden Boy, I think they do have partly, they partly promote Lucas Matisse, but it's only just to, taste the money, take a sample of how much they can make from him. Unfortunately, he doesn't get that much American exposure. WBC won't be putting him in the line for the world title fight. They won't be making him mandatory or make them force the mandatory. Just because against the Jose Alushkin they didn't actually make that much money. The WBC and Golden Boy were both involved in that fight, just so they can both sample how much they could make. And like I said, the tickets sold. Yeah, this is a true fact. Only 800 tickets were actually sold that night. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to make that much money. Other than the tickets on the night sales, Garcia makes so much more money on tickets on the night. If it wasn't for the TV money, Lucas Matisse versus Jose Alushkin would have actually lost money. It might have already lost money, we don't know, just because of how bad the ticket sales were. Every other ticket was pretty much given away apparently. So he won't be getting his next fight as for the championship, because just basically there's no point. The WBC can make more money letting Danny Garcia fight someone else like Zabjuda. They know, like, people like Zabjuda, they carry a big fan base. They're both American, so they're gonna get an easy TV deal with someone like HBO or Showtime, who are gonna pay good money. May even be pay-per-view. I think Zabjuda's not his last fight, but the fight before that was pay-per-view. I know that. Stuff like that makes you think, he is the American Audley Harrison. He promises so much each fight. Like, you're going to see a new Zabjuda, and halfway through, he just quits mentally or gets knocked out. Looking through his career, you can just see, Costa Zoo loss, Spinks loss, Carlos Baldomir loss, Mayweather loss, even though he fought well in that fight. Cotto loss, Clottey loss, Khan loss, and I reckon Garcia's going to add his name to that record of a loss. You understand? I think Garcia's going to knock him out. Realistically, Golden Boy are going to look to drag him out for one more fight after this. I think they can realistically get one more fight out of him before they have to make a decision on who they're going to put him in with. And I'll be looking at someone like Johan Guzman or Victor KO. Those two are going to be golden boy guys who they'll try and put him in the ring with. After that, it's either Lucas Matisse or they're going to try and pay off the WBC and look for a bigger match with less risk. Unfortunately, I don't see many of them, and maybe the only other big fight I can think of would be an Amir Khan rematch. But either way, sooner or later, and I think it's going to be later, they're going to have to put Danny in with Matisse or vacate the title. And I've got a feeling I know which one they're going to pick to do.